Hello, everyone. I know we just met, but let's go on a little journey together. Are you ready? Great, let's go. Imagine you're at a train station. Here comes your ride. You bought the train with me and my brother 25 years ago. Please sit back and relax. My dad was taking us kids on a vacation trip somewhere. Do you see him in the picture? Me neither. Actually, it didn't even take this picture of us. He was outside taking pictures of our train. You heard me right. Pictures of our train from the outside. My dad worked for the German railway company his whole life, and he loves riding trains, taking pictures of trains, the train stations, trains at the station. But luckily, he always got back on track before we left. That was my biggest fear, that one day our train would leave without him. Can you see my scared-looking face? I was like, Daddy, where are you? By the way, 20 years later, nothing changed. This is me, still traveling with my dad, still looking for him at nearly every stop, panicking the train would leave without him. There he is. Where are you going, Dad? Fun fact, my dad's name is also Thomas, but he's no engine. His habit leaving the train during stops scared me, but it also taught me an important lesson. My dad wasn't only going to his destination, riding the train was already his purpose. I learned that the greatest joy in a journey doesn't come from just arriving at your destination. It comes from all the experience and impressions you gather along the way. A trip is not only about waiting to reach the final stop, it is meant to be enjoyed all throughout. So, who has noticed that this picture was taken in Japan? No one? What? That's okay. For a long time, I thought Japan would be my destination, but it turned out to be much more. So let me tell you how I turned the learning of traveling mindfully into a successful and satisfying lifestyle that influences others. When I was 16 years old, I discovered a new passion, the Japanese culture. I've been practicing karate, and we were meditating at the beginning and end of each training session. I found that a valuable tool to concentrate on the here and now. Also, we were always bowing in front of our practice partner, which was unfamiliar to me as a German, as it's not rooted in our culture to do so. I found it an elegant custom to show respect. Furthermore, I came to enjoy Japanese pop culture through mangas like Dragon Ball. From this time on, I couldn't stop inhaling more and more information about Japan. I had the feeling I had to go see Japan with my own eyes. But it was so far away and expensive for me. At this time, I could have given up. Instead, I started small. I began to work at a supermarket after school, hour for hour, week for week, until I finally saved up enough for a flight. But there was one thing left. I had to convince my mom to let me go. That took me another 3 months until she finally gave me her permission. Thank you, Mom. After all of this, I was finally able to breathe Japanese air for the first time. Yay! And it was so much fun. I had fireworks with friends, walked around the summer festival where yukata, and ate lots of food I couldn't identify. I also ran around the house wearing toilet slippers, a typical faux pas as a foreigner. Discovering the unknown was great. Unfortunately, my stay ended after 2 weeks, and I was back home thousands of kilometers away from Japan. But I wanted to keep this feeling of joy that I had. I couldn't wait for the next summer vacation to come to travel back. Instead, I embraced my circumstances and tried to bring Japan to me. I moved to Germany's little Tokyo, the city of Düsseldorf. There were lots of chances to immerse myself in the Japanese culture. I worked at a somewhat Japanese cafe, took language classes, and engaged myself in the Asian community. Here I found new hobbies, friends, and a new home with a connection to Japan. One of my new friends had this passion for South Korea, and he sparked my interest for the country as well. So I started to discover Korea. I worked at the Korean cafe this time, learned the language, did some volunteer work over there, made new connections, friends, and even found job opportunities. This ultimately led me to a tri-national double master degree program in Germany, Japan, and Korea. By chasing my passion, which was engaging with Japan, I discovered new interests and opportunities, which opened up a whole new world for me. Today, I study, travel, and work in all three countries, bridging cultures, supporting exchange programs, translating and interpreting Japanese, Korean, and German, doing all kinds of fun and challenging things. Was this my lifelong plan? No. It somehow turned out like this. Like I'm doing this talk at TEDx today. I never thought I would do one. In the past, I was afraid to leave or even ride a train. And sometimes, nowadays, I still am afraid, since it takes me to unknown places. But I started to trust that everything will be okay. This way, I became able to embark on a journey. But when we finally embark on a journey, we often fixate on a certain destination and miss out on a lot of things along the way. By slowing down and discovering the surroundings, our ride becomes meaningful. And it's totally normal to change your course as long as it aligns with your values and passions. And what you find are joy and wonder, new landscapes and smells, new customs and opinions, friendship and love. I believe my life is just like a train ride. At the beginning, I didn't have a set destination in mind, but I had a direction that I wanted to go. My interests worked like a compass, and while following them, I found many stations on the way that influenced my course. These stations eventually turned into a new home. They changed the world into a wide comfort zone. These experiences reinforced me that having your interests or passions guiding your way is enough for a fulfilled life. The further path will open up once you start your journey. I see my friends and family pursuing their passions in this way. For example, my friend Catherine always wanted to move south for the mountain scenery, but was afraid of leaving her familiar environment. But she found strength in seeing how I live happily even far away in Asia, so that she and her partner looked for jobs in the desired area and arranged to move. She then made new friends, hobbies, routines, and found a new home. She has made that ride towards her dream and found deep satisfaction hiking the Alps. Another friend who likes to stay anonymous isn't very satisfied with her job. She wants to change careers, but is afraid of what awaits her. But she also found strength in seeing how my life evolved positively by chasing my interests. So she started acquiring qualifications in her desired field. On one hand, her daily struggles in her current job continue. But on the other hand, she finds strength and joy in preparing for a happier future. Another example is my mom. Hi, Mom. She loves concerts, but is always afraid of going alone. But she also found strength in seeing how I travel fearlessly here and there, so that she finally booked a concert ticket and reserved a hotel room just for her own. She said as soon as she was making her way to the concert, she was not afraid anymore. Nowadays, she's hopping from one concert to another. Yeah, you're rocking that, Mom. You see, everyone can change life for better if they follow their interests or passions and are open to new stimuli. Still, in my experience, life rarely follows a straight path. So when we focus too intensively on some certain destination, we are often frustrated when the path diverges. But if we see a purpose in all our doings, releasing attachment to a specific outcome is way easier. And if we travel with openness, we can discover unexpected joys, learnings, friendships, and opportunities at each stop. Soon you will discover that the journey isn't just an interruption to some destination. The journey is the destination. It is sweeter when we let life unfold, savoring each moment of growth. So, where are you in your own journey right now? Still at the departure gate, reluctant to leave what's familiar and comfortable? Or have you made a few steps but met obstacles that discouraged you? When we feel a little more curious than anxious when facing the unknown, we can discover unimagined beauty and wonder. Nothing's ever lost by leaving it behind. We must look forward and trust that stepping outside will lead to growth. Now, our train ride has come to an end. I will go off now and take some pictures. This is your journey now. Where will you be heading? Where will you step outside? I encourage you to go out there. Let your curiosity chart the course. Be open to unexpected turns and detours, and keep your eyes open to discover passions and talent waiting within you, ready to unfold. Now, have a nice trip. I will leave you with this old blessing. May the road rise up to meet you. Viel Spaß. Thank you.